friends, my name is V, and welcome back to another episode on the HoneyCraft server. Behind me, you might notice that there are a few more chests than last time, and they're even labeled. I went a little risky with the item frames despite the amount of lag we've gotten. You might notice I have those mob heads over there, a bunch more furnaces, a few work blocks, and that's just because I have done a lot between last episode and this episode, including clearing out a lot of area. I'm going over here because I want to show you what my spruce forest is looking like now that I have more saplings and stuff planted. You can see that it's a lot thicker now than the few saplings that I had before. There are quite a few, and I have been very productive while I was off camera. Some of them haven't grown yet, so it's not as thick as it would be, but I have worked a lot in this area and over by my base between episodes, and that's simply because I got a little carried away, and, you know, sometimes that just happens. At least now, I am very plentiful on resources. I did get a little bit of dark oak. Sammy gave me some saplings, but apparently dark oak trees don't give you a whole lot of saplings. The last one gave me 3, so that means I can't grow another tree. But I do have a little more spruce, still have the same amount of birch, right about the same amount of oak, as usual. I do have more resources. I did get glowberries, and I found a clock at a ruined portal, and otherwise, it's just junk. But, doing a little better on the copper. Sammy actually gave me this, and this is for terraforming purposes, but the deep slate actually didn't take nearly as long as I thought. It's actually quite relaxing to get deep slate. I am considering selling it at spawn. If my portal will let me through this time, put on my gold pants, if my portal will let me through this time, because our lag has been keeping me from being able to. It works. I connected up my portal with a tunnel to the spawn portal through the nether, which was a very both tedious and terrifying task. I was not a fan of it at all. Fluffy actually had to lend me some materials so I wouldn't have to go back to my base when my pickaxes broke and I was running out of building blocks. So thank you, Fluffy, for that. You are a lifesaver. And while you did say I don't have to repay you, I will be repaying you for that. So, Fluffy's an overall sweet person. But I'm mostly coming in here because I have something to show you guys. While I was mining my way over here, and you might see that I actually just went through the trees rather than chopping them down, removing them entirely, I didn't have the time to just sit out here and wait for Gast to spawn and knock me off, so I was just going to go through everything. But while I was making my way over here, I found something quite interesting. A bastion. My path goes straight over the top and down the side of a bastion via a very small ladder, and it's strangely quiet over here. I haven't had a gas spawn over here, so I had plenty of ability to make this little path right here. This is my first time actually seeing how quick it is to go to spawn now that I don't have to travel 4,000 blocks to go buy something or to go see my friends who are much closer to spawn than I am, which, you know, we always love just being all the way out here. That aside, like I said, I've done so much, and I plan to do a lot in this episode. I will be finally having a house. There's a couple of things I'd like to build. I'd like to build a house, my starter house, finally. I'm very sorry for sleeping outside for the majority of my time already. We've already been playing for so long, but yeah, I'll finally have a house, and I wanted to get started on some farms which will likely be done by next episode. This, I believe, is the spawn portal, and there's the other portals. It worked! And it was much quicker. I didn't have to spend 30 minutes coming over here. And Sammy's little shop. Welcome to Sammy's low price goods. Good stuff. I actually might take some of the bamboo, but it's quite nice. I like it. And Fluffy's over there, Sammy's over there, Storm and Exno, are way over there. And not quite sure where Mixie and M or Owo settled, or even Red, I believe, but they're out somewhere a lot closer here than I am, so at least they're having fun over here. The things I want to do in this episode in particular include the house, like I said. I want to start animal farms mostly and get my plants down on the ground so that I don't have to go and keep killing animals, because I'm trying to save them as much as possible so I don't have to go searching for them for so long, so I have to get them in a pen. That is what I think we're going to do today, and I need to eat another pork chop, but I'm not doing it right while I'm out in the middle of this bridge. No gas. I'm surprised I actually haven't seen any Gasts yet, and I probably just jinxed myself saying that because Sammy certainly... Oh, magma cubes. Sammy certainly jinxed herself on a little trip to the Nether with Exno and Owo. She had said, like, I'm surprised I didn't die yet, and lo and behold, poor Sammy had died, and I lent her a couple of things. Mostly iron, I believe. I think I only lent her the iron to help her get her back on her feet. Otherwise, Fluffy was the one who helped her with that. Like I said, Fluffy is very generous, and I am very thankful for it. And it's nighttime. But I am very thankful for it. Like I said, Fluffy, if you see this, you're awesome, and I would die for you. I have thought about some of the stuff I'd like to sell, including deep slate. Given that I can get those beehives if I get silk touch on my pickaxe or my axe or something, then I can get those, and I can farm up some honey and honeycomb, and that will also do me some good because I need some bees nests, or is it beehives? Are the bees nests the ones that spawn naturally, or are those the ones that you make? Because they have a different name. Either way, I mentioned before, I'm going to use that in my block palette for my starter base, so that means this episode, actually, I might be visiting Fluffy to do that, and go on ahead and at least... I can run back and forth, but I'd rather not have to run back and forth, so I might just bring the beehives over here and harvest them over here. But, I say but a lot, I apologize for that, but I picture having the house right here. I'm very sure I've said it several times before, but it's on a little hill, and it'll kind of be on stilts out in the front, and I picture a little bit of water coming out, and thankfully I have a little waterfall to help me with that. So, that being said, I believe we shall now start on the terraforming aspect before we get onto the house. So by terraforming, I mostly meant building up a hill of dirt and dealing with the details later, but I have all this space up here, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do over here, but you might have noticed I actually didn't get any clips for this, and that's because I went ahead and just did it while I was chatting with Sammy. So, sorry about that. It's not really much of a process I'm sure you wanted to watch anyways, but now I believe if I've got everything prepared, you see I have all my deep slate, I've got spruce, dark oak, and birch. I will need to make some beehives, which I do have, and that's a very loud portal. I did grab some honeycomb so that I could do that. I have access to 12 beehives now. But yeah, I can start on my house now, and that's all I wanted to tell you before we are gonna go on and do that. I apologize, this one didn't have any clips either. I was talking to Sammy the whole time, which I really should have recorded, but anyways, I did finish the house, and it looks quite beautiful. I did actually know exactly what I wanted it to look like because I did it on a creative world. So, that being said, I think it looks quite nice. I think it looks very pretty. I found some glowberries while I was down in the mines, so I thought I'd use those. But otherwise, I actually didn't use as much copper as I thought I was going to. But it looks very pretty in my opinion, and I'm gonna sleep first before I show you the full extent of the outside in all its glory, not from a ground view because it's on the stilts in the front, but I have my little upstairs portion, kind of like a little attic loft bedroom storage area kind of thing going on. I just thought it was really nice, and yes, I did use those beehives like I said, and trying to very badly add texture to the walls because I used deep slate bricks for pretty much everything, but it'll mostly be covered anyways by other things, which I will show you in a moment. So let's go outside and see what it looks like from a better angle. I am going to have all the copper oxidize on the roof. I do want it to be blue instead of orange, which it's not like I mind the orange, and a lot of the stuff around me is going to be waxed copper anyways that won't oxidize, but I think it's very cute. I think it's a very cute house, and I am very happy with how it turned out. I am extremely happy that I don't have to sleep out on the ground anymore. All of my stuff used to be down there, but it's now in my house, and I moved my nether portal up a little bit, which I don't believe will affect much as far as the actual nether coordinates for the portal itself goes, since it's already there. So my best guess is just leave it alone for now. There was a Gast on the other side anyways, which I didn't want to deal with. But this is the side, and the back is completely flat, even with the copper stairs, and that there is a reason for that. That is because when I have a little bit more resources, which I talk about all the time, not having enough resources, one of the towers, the main tower, the tallest one, will be right here. Right in this little kind of circular crevice right here. I might have to mine it out a little bit, but that is exactly where it's going, and I will take this land around it and build up next to the house, and there will be something right here. I have to remove that, and I'm still not sure what to do with this. I feel like it could be used for something. I'm just not sure what. Anyways, I am very hungry. I have no food, so I ran out of meat on my way back and forth trying to get more materials. I thought I ran out of dirt actually for this, which is, don't tell anybody, but it's completely hollow on the inside. Completely torched up to avoid lag, but completely hollow on the inside nonetheless, and I won't be using it for anything otherwise. Yeah, so I have my house. I will be starting on the farms today, I believe is what I said, or that bridge if I got around to it. And I think I'll go with the more useful one, which is the farms, which means I have to go find some cows and sheep and pigs and lure them all back here. Oh! What do we have here? A book. some diamonds, some obsidian. Yes, I was going to tell you guys before I completely forgot altogether 2 minutes before I started recording. I'm going to make an enchantment table, and Bartholomew is actually in the way of where we're going to put it, so I'm going to scoot you, just come to the other side of the house. Over here. There we go. I'm going to make an enchantment table, and that is simply because I don't want to use Fluffy for enchantments all of the time, so I thought it was only fair, not wool, that we make one now. It'll be a bit before I have bookshelves. However, there are 2 villages near me. There is an oak village and an acacia village, both of which are surrounded by, and not surrounded by, are being watched over by an outpost, which is not necessarily ideal, but I don't know why I'm out here. I need to see if I have any kind of food left over. I've chosen apples, but yeah, we need those farms, which means I need to grab some wheat and some seeds, and unfortunately we won't have any pigs because I don't have any carrots. I ate all of my carrots earlier. Way to go me for completely avoiding getting any farms going and not having any resources otherwise. I have just noticed my hand looks a little different from the last time I recorded, and that is because Sammy saw a drawing that I did of my Minecraft skin in this miner's outfit, I suppose, and overall, like baggy overalls and tattered clothes and a little mining hat and things like that. I'll get more than one over in the plains. And so, she really liked it, and she offered to make it a skin. So now I have this cute little skin of my regular one, but as a miner, and you can't hardly see that because I have my armor on, but as a little miner, because I spend a lot of time in the mines for copper. I do love the little boots. They're so nice. I love the little boots a lot. That aside, it is very cute, and I believe Sammy is making a shop for that now. This is what I get for killing all of the animals for food earlier. These mountains are insane. The generation is amazing, and that is completely smooth down one side. It looks like there used to be a mountain here, and they just like cut it out and up and just removed it. Is that what it looks like to you? Because it's like completely, it's just like they just went wee and just completely took out the mountain. It just occurred to me that I really don't have to go very far for the cows because these guys have been stuck up here for a very long time, and I'm quite surprised that they haven't despawned yet. So I think I'm going to grab them. Alright, you two. All I ask is that you don't die. Aw, lovely. I'm trying to find a pair of chickens. I know I keep walking past that particular chicken, but it's a pair of chickens that I'm looking for. And I can't seem to find a good pair of chickens. Is there more than one of you? Just you? Maybe you can join that other chicken. And we have our chickens. Why don't you make little love hearts anymore? I think we'll stick with chickens and cows. I might get sheep when I have other things, like more wheat. Which reminds me, I'm gonna save these wheat seeds and my chests are very disorganized now that I've moved everything. But I think now is the time that we start on some other farms, and I don't already have pumpkin seeds. I think the only thing I need are carrots, which I can get from someone else on the server. Thankfully, because hoping a little chicken came out of that, because I need my bucket first of all, and how am I going unprepared without my hoe? I do have a bit of dirt, so that means I can probably go ahead and, first of all, fill in these creeper holes and get some of these rows going so I can plant things. Perfect. I have pumpkins, melons, wheat, my very small amount of potatoes, and the sugarcane farm will soon become its own thing when I have a bit more of the space. I think this would make a wonderful greenhouse, though. It's already kind of got that shape that I could use for it. Anyways, sadly, I'm going to have to end the video here because I spent a little too much time talking in the beginning and showing you the nether portal, and I have spent a lot of my time building this house, and it took me forever to find those cows and that chicken, and I need to get some more food before I try anything else. I am completely out of food, and I can't continue much on this video if I don't have any food, and I don't feel like waiting very long for all of that just so I can get another segment. So, that being said, I think I'll end the video here. If it comes out a little shorter than usual, then that's why. So, goodbye!